Hi there, my name is Iona and welcome to my channel. You want to subscribe so you can have access to all my content in one convenient place. Now, we all get busy with our daily lives, so you want to ring that notification button so you can be reminded of new content. Like and love my channel to help me grow, and be sure to leave a comment below if this video was helpful or if there's something you would like to see me do more of. So without any further delay. Yes, that time again, tricks and hacks. Today we're working with charcoal. I'm going to be showing you some things that you don't know, wouldn't expect, and didn't even consider doing. So we're going to get ourselves nice and dirty today. If you need to know what equipment you need for charcoal, I have left a link to one of my equipment for charcoal in the description below, so be sure to watch that so you can be nice and prepared. You can always come back to this video. So without any further delay, get your charcoal sticks out. Let's do this. Today's demonstration will be done on a normal recycled printer paper, but you rather want to have a sketch pad that is medium tooth multi-medium, which is perfect for charcoal, but paper can be your preference. Remember the difference between soft, vine, and compressed charcoal? Well, soft and vine are the same, just different parts of plants, and it's fragile, easily dusts away. Compressed charcoal is clay and soot. It is darker and more resilient. Now we know charcoal can be very messy, so it is important to keep your page clean. All you need is a scrap piece of paper if you don't have a glove. Now you are working, you're sketching away, and there your hands get dirty. No. We rather want to keep it clean with a piece of paper. Your hand also has oils and natural oils on there. If you are pushing your hand down on your piece of paper, when you go over it with your charcoal or your charcoal powder, you will pick up your handprint. I like to think of charcoal as the olden days fingerprint powder. So you'll see your fingerprints pick up easily when you're dusting your powder. Another tip would be to play with your charcoal a bit, move it, break it into pieces. You can use the side of it, the tip of it, you can use every part of it. Charcoal is so cheap. Don't be afraid to break your charcoal in pieces to get different variants of feel, movement, and texture. Now for the next step, I would say use your soft charcoal to do your sketches. Yes, most people will use a pencil, but the charcoal is actually brilliant to draw with as it just dusts away. So use your soft charcoal to draw with first, and then because your compressed charcoal is darker, you can then use that to do the final sketch once you've moved your picture around a bit to the desired place. Next up we have the blending tools. Perfect little tool, handy little tool would be a small little soft brush. Use a little makeup brush. So guys, dig into your women's makeup bag. The soft eyeshadow brushes work wonderfully to move around the charcoal. So you can get that charcoal in the powder too, perfect for the powder, and your blending stump. The blending stump you need in various sizes. You can use the whole flat side of the stump, the edge of the stump, or the tip of the stump, either way. It's perfect for blending your charcoal pieces. This is a fun one, Distilled Turpentine. I use this to make my charcoal darker. So it's very interesting properties. You cover your page with charcoal, and whenever you go over the parts of the page that's absorbed the turpentine, it will automatically come out much darker than just using it on normal paper. So if you want certain places to remain set and dark, and not fade lighter when you're brushing over your picture, because we know charcoal is very dust based, so it lifts just about everything up. If you don't want it to lift up, use the distilled turpentine. It works absolutely amazing. Another tool in your arsenal that you will be using is white charcoal. Now, don't be deceived, it is not actually white charcoal. There's no such thing. It is basically just soft pastel in a stick, like chalk, but it's not quite chalk. You could probably use white chalk as well. But we know it as, it's labeled as white charcoal. Then we have the all-trusting knead eraser. Now this works much better with charcoal than a normal rubber eraser. The rubber eraser tends to smudge. Charcoal loves the knead eraser. It picks up the dust instead of making little particles on your page. Plus you can use it to create texture by crumpling up your knead eraser and just tapping it on the page, where it will lift different patterns up off the page to create wonderful textures. And whenever you need to clean it, all you do is just pull and knee and pull away at that eraser, and it's as if it absorbs instead of repels the dirt or charcoal. Here is another very fun one, stencils. You can use any type of stencil you like with your charcoal to create another effect. You can use it in many different ways. So you can either put charcoal on your page, put your stencil down and use your knead eraser to rub out the pattern just by rolling it over the stencil. Amazing effect. Another one you can try is to color in or scratch over the stencil with your vine charcoal. I'll actually say use the compressed charcoal. It comes out better. When you're going to do this, make sure that your brush is more of a dry brush than a wet brush. You can put the Distilled Turpentine, brush it over the pattern, and then when you color or shade with your charcoal, the Distilled Turpentine will pick up all that charcoal and make it for a very nice dark pattern. You'll see the same. You can shade over it, brush the excess charcoal off. Wherever the Distilled Turpentine is, it will be much more darker and permanent. Love this. And now to make your whites whiter and brighter, the best thing to use would be correctional liquid, or in South Africa we know it as Tipp-Ex. Perfect for the light spots in the eye or things that need to be very, very white, those little light touches. So we're going to use Tipp-Ex. Another little handy tip would be to keep a container so you can shake off all the loose powder. The loose powder comes in handy. You can always buy the powder, but it's best to just shake your powder off. Try not to brush it off as it can smudge your picture. Rather tap and shake it off into a container. Finally, when your art pieces are done, you can use a clear lacquer spray to seal it, to stop it from smudging. But remember, it's always best to keep charcoal pictures framed, unless you're going to do it on box canvas. But get a clear lacquer sealer that you can seal your picture with. You're going to have to spray it from a distance and make sure it's as fine as possible, as not to leave heavy droplets on your page. It will look like it's going gray, but if you leave it to dry, it comes out pretty decent. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the process. Please leave a comment below if you liked it. Remember to subscribe for more content and ring that bell to get a reminder of new content. Just go ahead and do it anyway. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!